Okay, let's share it. Okay, let's share it. So you are welcome to my healthy food place, where I share ideas and recipes on how you can stay healthy naturally. Grace Enemali is my name, and we want to talk on, share some tips to help lower blood sugar naturally. Lowering blood sugar shouldn't be a problem, and it's not always expected to be the problem, but that is the problem of many today. Why? It is a problem because you have not gotten the secret and the tips, and these are the things I want to share. Nadia, you are welcome. Tips to help you to manage your blood sugar. Blood sugar increase, that is when the blood is too much. When the sugar is said to be too much in the blood, it's one of the most common ailments these days. And as a matter of fact, a good number of people are already getting discouraged because of medication. It is always best to use natural means to lower your blood sugar, because there are so many herbs that lowers blood sugar naturally. But the point is, lowering blood sugar is not always the issue, because when you are trying to lower your blood sugar, a good number of you are not aware that it is much more than lowering blood sugar. Now, it is even more risky, to me, in my view, if you lower blood sugar without having sufficient protein in your diet, without other things that is expected to be in place, nutritional deficiencies, if you don't address it, absence of fat, healthy fats in your diet, if you don't address it, absence of essential minerals in your body, if you fail to address it, absence of fiber in your diet, if you fail to address it, being properly hydrated. A lot of people are not well hydrated, and if you are not hydrated properly, most times it will look like your blood is concentrated with sugar. But when you take sufficient water, especially when you follow our water therapy, our lifestyle, let me put it that way, you will discover that your blood will not be too concentrated of sugar at all times. You are welcome to the house gaming channel. Appreciate you. So I'm talking on tips. I have helped a lot of people lower blood sugar and keep it, maintain it, because sometimes you lower it and it's up again. But I want to also mention some foods that a good number of you are eating. I was a victim of this food, but it was secretly building up insulin resistance. Now, when I talk of insulin resistance, let it not look like grammar is too much. It is the term medically used to describe a health condition, the health condition, when the pancreas is no longer producing insulin. It's a hormone. Now, these hormones are messengers. Let me also break it down. When you say, you go and do this, go and mop the sugar that is coming up. Let me also bring it down a little bit in my own way of explanation. Now, these hormones are messengers. We have a lot of them in the body. We have the cortisol, insulin, different names given to them. Then the insulin is the one that works on the sugar. When the sugar is too much in the body, as we are eating, most time our food is full of carbohydrates. That is something I learned later, that when you look around you, sometimes, especially as you start approaching this age, 50, 60, when your body starts becoming more selective about food, you will now realize it will become clear to you that most of our foods are carbohydrates. Even the ones you thought were high protein, some of them are even carbohydrates. So it makes it clear to you that making food choices should be the first thing, good food choices you should be doing if you want to manage your blood sugar, if you want to handle diabetes, if you want diabetes to reverse. Because I always say that no disease that is not reversible. If you give your body what it needs, what it requires, what is needed, it can do the job. Now, the insulin is that hormone that does the work. Now, as the pancreas is secreting this insulin hormone, this messenger, to go and mop up excess sugar in our blood. Each time we eat yam, potatoes, beans, rice, bread, biscuit, pap, just name it. Most of the food we love, they are carbohydrates. So as we eat more than the body can take, that excess is floating around the blood, and the insulin is the one that mops it up. So when we are consistently eating too much of these sugars, it continues to work. Obviously, it gets worn out. Nobody, even you, will be tired. So, and it will no longer be functioning. That's when they start placing us on insulin drugs to help to do the job, artificially or however, to mop up this sugar, either before we eat or after eating. So, but then, if you do not understand how it works, you will now be relying on the medication, and you will expect the medication to be able to, you expect the medication to handle everything, including where nutrition is needed. My mom really need help. She's diabetic, suffers from hypertension. She's in severe nerve pain every day. Many doctors and no hope. I agree with you, man. Okay, I want you to pay attention, please. It just dawned on me to talk on this. It was not a notice. I didn't pass a notice for it because this is the Christmas season. This is the end of year season. This is a period when a lot of people eat junks because of the mood of celebration. We eat rice. Sometimes after eating the rice, we take a bottle of Fanta or Coke or any of the drinks and we top it, and then we take medication and say, okay, you should take your drug. A lot of people are doing it, but this is wrong. And that's why I thought to talk on how to manage your blood sugar, how to reduce it. I have helped people successfully reduce. Even I have helped people who had blood sugar and blood pressure together. It's very frightening to them when you notice that your blood sugar is high, your BP is high. They become worried. As a matter of fact, my spouse came in one day during the year, this at around February 2025, this year. That was early time. I remember very well. It was about that time, and complained of being so dizzy in the city. I mean, in the busy place where he went, that he never knew he would make it. He never knew he would make it, and he was so sure that it was BP because he usually have BP, but not on medication. Using natural, sometimes the BP rises as much as 198. And he is 65 years old, going to 66. So it's over 6 years after I had a traumatic experience, which started off the BP thing. Some people, it starts like that and never gets permanently whole. But then we were able to manage it, and he was without any medication. What did I use? Let me highlight it, not hiding anything. I used foods like soursop leaves, boiling it to give him for the BP. Then, that was about 5 years ago, using foods like pomegranate powder, mixing it with water, and then giving quality protein. Egg was not even taken out of the diet. Giving things like black-eyed cowpea with lots of onions, things that lowers blood pressure, putting leafy greens. And so, after some time, these things were controlled. And, of course, he was eating anyhow. But the one that came home, the day he came home with okay, you say, Mom worries a lot. Okay, let me also attend to this one you are talking now. She's diabetic. Now, how old is the mom? I want you to state how old she is. And I want to tell you what you need to do for her. She doesn't have to be worrying, because worrying is going to make it worse. Nadia, I'm talking to you. I'm responding to you. She does not have to worry. She's going to be okay. And why I started this testimony is because of this question. Because if you do not understand that both BP, blood pressure, and sugar goes together most time, and it can be managed. At the time when my own mom was 74 years, I was able to manage it for her, even without much knowledge. But these are the things I want her to do. Please ensure she starts her morning with water therapy. Please, these are the tips. I'm going step by step how to monitor it. Then after the water therapy, which is usually warm water, let's take less of it. And you need to buy foods like apple cider vinegar with the mother. Let it be at home. It's not that she'll be taking it every day, because what the diabetic should also do, is not okay to focus on one particular food. So you have it at home as part of the remedies to help her food to digest properly. Then number 2, you buy things like cloves. I want to mention some things you should have at home for your mom, which they should be giving her either before her meal or after. She should have hibiscus flower tea, zobo, at home. Number 2, she should have cloves at all times. It lowers blood sugar and it strengthens the heart and strengthens the bones. Some of these herbs, let me tell you, they lower your blood sugar, but they will be depleting your bones. These are things I've experienced looking at me. So something like guava leaf tea. The guava leaf tea is very good in lowering your blood sugar, but it will be eaten into your bones. You can note it down, because a lot of people, once they hear it online, they will rush and start taking it. They won't bother. So people request me to send them lots of, they want to buy, or they need what is it called? They need guava leaves to start boiling as tea. But before I do any of such, I often try to find out, what do you need it for? Because people take things wrongly. So something like the guava leaf is very effective when it comes to lowering your blood sugar. I have tested it on myself and other people. It helps with a lot of things. But one thing it does very well too is fat burning. So if you are trying to use it to lower sugar, you must be cautious, my dear. Because if you are not cautious, you will soon start feeling uncomfortable inside your bones, because it will be eaten into your bones. Why? Because it burns fat for those who want to lose fat. And any fat, once you bring in fat burning food, you must increase your protein. You must increase your protein take, because that's what is going to your body will have as a shield when the fat is being destroyed. But a good number of people, when they are taking it's not only guava. Why I am mentioning guava is because I have also used it on myself and seen the effect, and I have also received reports from people who are using it, who were not even recommended by me, but on noticing what is happening with them, they contacted me that this is what they have happening to them. And I asked, what are you taking? Oh, I've been on a guava leaf tea. I saw it on the internet. I've been taking for 5 days. Now my leg is stinging me, my muscles, it's paining me. I can't even say. I say, look, stop it. Stop the guava leaf tea. It's not just enough to hear of a remedy and you are rushing to be taking the remedy. You don't know the other side of it. So stop it. So if you are someone that is very skinny already, you don't even have to go to guava leaf. There are other foods that can lower your sugar naturally without getting into your bones. Now, our bone is very important. If you've never had bone-related problem, you will not know the importance of bone in the body. Bone-related problem may it not happen to you, whether as accident or whatever, is the most painful. I don't know if you ask me. Anything that happens to you and you start feeling it right into your bones, my dear, it's time to run for your life. Even if you have money to go to hospital, go to hospital. Let them stop it if they can. I don't ask people not to go to hospital. Let them stop it from getting into your bones if there's something they can do. Because if it gets into the bones, my dear, it has little or nothing you can do. Because our bone is the skeleton of the body. It's everywhere. The bone is the cartilage, is the entire skeleton. Like the structure of a building. So let's not take some things. So something like guava leaf, you can take it moderately. It helps balance hormone. It has a lot. Helps you sleep. It helps to ward off things like cough. These are things I have used, but you must use it cautiously. And you won't allow it to start bringing the ugly effect before you take a break. And then taking a break will happen if you have a knowledge of how it works. But some of you are not patient. You don't want to learn. You just want the solution. Let them give you the remedy so that you can take it and go home and continue your life. No. You need knowledge. You need education. You need enlightenment. So, guava leaf can help occasionally. You can even pair it a little with your hibiscus flower tea, which is what I do sometimes. Not as if the other one pairs it, but you take it and take a break. If the sugar is too high and it is the only herb available, you can use it. But right now, most times I use things like cloves because of the bone. It lowers sugar too. And I like things like cinnamon because it has some calcium. It doesn't eat into the bones. There are other things like rosemary. They can lower sugar. They can even flush sugar out of your blood without destroying your bones. I'm not talking against the guava leaf. It's a great support when it comes to lowering sugar. But we must be cautious. And the way it has its own caution, that is the way all these other ones have their own caution. Whether it's cloves, they all have a caution. The caution for clove is that menopausal women should be very careful also with the cloves. But it's one of the ones I have found more friendly at this stage because of its ability to also support liver function and to aid digestion. And so it can lower your blood sugar. Cinnamon can help with natural insulin production. Even the what is it called? Sea salt can help provide you a lot of minerals. Sometimes absence of some of these minerals, little minerals that your body was not even notifying you before. But as you age, and at this when you start getting to this critical point in your life, absence of little mineral, potassium, magnesium, will be causing your body to complain. And so you need something like sea salt to help you so that you use it to cook your meals, use it to sometimes gargle, or even put a drop or two occasionally if you are experiencing too much urination, or you suspect electric like you have some kind of imbalance in your electrolyte. If you have that imbalance, sometimes only sea salt, a little sea salt, like one rocky salt in warm water, can settle it. For diabetics like your mother, Nadia, that you are talking, she should have sea salt. And then in addition to sea salt, she should also have other herbs, like if you have herbs like this, what is it called? Mango leaves. You can have mango leaves around you. Papaya leaves, for instance. Papaya leaves. This green papaya leaves is great for you too. If you are managing, it helps you to sleep. And when you sleep properly, your blood sugar is controlled. And then, apart from helping you to sleep, it's bitter. And I've often said that bitter foods are great for you if you are managing blood sugar, because bitter foods are great for your liver. And so occasionally you can boil papaya leaf tea for her and let her take it. After water therapy, she can take it. And then let her also ensure that she gets antioxidants. Yes, lack of vitamin C makes it worse, is what I know. So at least an orange a day. If not orange, you can take lemon, something like citrus. Even the lime, if you have lime. I don't too much like lime. It's because of maybe tasting acidic, but it can help lower sugar too and reduce things like insulin resistance. Now, why it's important to mention all of this is because you may not have access to the ones I have. You may not have access to all of them. You may have access to certain of these herbs. You may not have access to everything. So the ones you have access to, that is the one you will use. So if you don't have access to some of them, these ones, you note them down and then ensure that you know their ugly side. And if you don't know, you need to also make sure you are following my channel, and not only following, you can ask questions. Become a member of the channel so that you can have a way to send a message so that it could be attended to, not just picking up remedies. Now, foods like unripe plantain, a lot of people are relying on it, and I have given caution. Just a couple of days ago, I was chatting someone who needed help for diabetes, and I actually saw that the person needed help. And it's one of the things that is urging me to make this live session without notice, because it really touched my heart. What is it? It touched my heart that a lot of us are still in ignorance. Taking pill for everything is not the solution. My own mother was taking pill, but it got to a stage she stopped pills. She's found out that the pills had done their job when she was living in ignorance. By the time she now knew how to manage her sugar, and the sugar was no longer rising, so there was no need to go on pills. Okay, so could you make outfit check? Okay, I can't get that. So what I'm trying to say is that get this food. You see garlic, get garlic. You see ginger, get ginger. You see apple cider, get it. You see cloves, get it. You see sea salt, get it. Cinnamon, get it. If you have these herbs, mango leaves, guava leaf, papaya leaves, that is green papaya leaves, and even the seeds, have all of them, both lemongrass, all these herbs. They are better, especially as somebody is already approaching 60 and above, like us, who are over 60 now. So you don't have to be putting your hope or your mind on drugs. Not to say that drugs are altogether bad. I don't belong to that school of thought. When you are in distress, you will know the value of drugs. So the drugs are best when you are in serious distress. Maybe you are still in ignorance. So the drugs will give you instant relief. I do not advocate that you shouldn't go for drugs when you are in pain, when you are in distress. I always appreciate the scientists. So she needs to start her morning with water therapy. Water therapy to flush out the toxins in her body. Now, sometimes toxic overload could be so much that she won't even know. And maybe I was asking someone a few days ago, and who also needed help during the week who needed help for blood sugar, something like that. I was asking of water with the quantity of, you say 1 cup. I said, what is 1 cup at your age and your weight? Yes, I need a moderator. Yes, I need it. I need a moderator. You can message me. I need one, please. So what I'm trying to say is that when she said she takes a cup of water, it's not enough. And that is the story or the case of a lot of people. They say, I take a glass of water, a cup of water. It's not enough. Even 1 liter of water, that big Ragolis bottle, well, we can manage it. But if you can take more than that, assuming you are weighing more than 70 kg, you may need more. Because the heavier you are, the more water you need. A lot of people don't know this. Yes, more water you need for the water to get to the cellular level and for you to get the benefit. Or else you won't urinate. Because if you do not urinate, the urine, you pass scanty urine. To me, the water is not there. Your liver is suffering, your kidney is suffering. And these are the problem of most diabetics. So if you take water and you have not urinated, or you suddenly discover that your urine is becoming scanty, that's the time to stop the cooked foods. I do occasionally experience some of these things. That's why when I talk about it, I'm talking from my own experience. So when you do not have, whether you're a male or you're a female, you do not have to wait until they say the kidney has failed, or you can no longer pass urine, or maybe your urine, something like that. Once the urine quantity reduces, you start taking enough water. If you have forgotten your lemon juice, you go back, start taking foods like cucumbers, food that will support your kidney to begin to filter the waste. And what does it need? Water, water, water. So you start sending more water. You don't have to wait until they say there's kidney stones before you start. Because these are some of the complications when a lot of us have attained this age, and then you are not taking enough water. If they ask you, you say, and the worst of it is that the more medication you take, the more water you need. Yes, you need more water because you need water to clean out the waste. All those things they used in preserving the drugs. I'm listening and crying. She really needs to be advised. Yes, most of them, they are not easy to be advised to. They are prayer. So it's not easy because sometimes they have developed interest, but you can still with love, because that was what worked for me. My mother was actually built for amputation of her feet. This was many years ago, but that amputation, they were placed in a ward because of diabetes. My own mother, at an early stage, and I knew what gave her the diabetes. I wasn't with her in the village. I didn't know some of the things I knew today. That is the truth. I was quite young also, enjoying myself with bread and biscuit and all this stuff. But then she was in the village, in her husband's house, taking all the goody food, eating all the yam, all the potatoes, all the pap, because she lost pap a lot. When I tell people don't go for pap, they start arguing with me. I know a lot of diabetics that still enjoying pap. They will never accept. Every morning pap, sometimes pap and akara, pap and momo. It's not a good food for you, if you're diabetic. It's not complete. So it's not a good food. So the issue of controlling the blood sugar and keeping it controlled is a very big challenge, my dear. It's a very big challenge. We have all. No, she doesn't. Okay, you're saying, sorry, ma. No, she doesn't. I want to get up. I'm listening. Yes. So I was trying to give you an example of some complications of diabetes, which happened to me. My mom, she had this, the foot issue. She didn't have it, but within a couple of days, the villagers helped her to punch it, and the leg began to rot within a week. The diabetes had eaten everything. But I thank God that the time she was brought down to where I stay in Lagos, the doctors and nurses were shocked. They were shocked how that matter was reversed. because all other people in the same ward with her, they all had their foot amputated except her. Hers was healing with speed. Why? Because of the natural foods. And before you know it, the whole pores had dried up. So that's what we are saying. They had dried up. Because I was bringing her food from home. I was also monitoring it because I had already started this job I'm doing. I've already learned also. I've already benefited and seen the result of using food as medicine. And so what I'm trying to say is, she need to get, if you're diabetic, you need to have all those, you have raw foods. For instance, if I wake up in the morning, get sufficient protein, foods like sardines, you must get it for omega-3s. Remove the oil, get olive oil. She needs it, very important. Why? Because of the fat. Without fat, your body can't manage sugar, no matter what you do. You can quote me, that's what I do. Fats like those from peanuts, cashew nuts, sesame seed, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seed. There are several herbs like fenugreek seeds that can help you reduce your sugar. Even the chia seeds, they can help reduce sugar. But then, you need to understand when to stop. Yes, when to stop. If you are wondering what to eat, for instance, first thing I will ask you to do for someone that is been on unripe plantain, whether you are taking it as swallow or as porridge, is to stop the unripe plantain. For now, it's a superfood for your heart. It's a good food for slowly releasing energy and for your energy. But if you're already indulging in it, like you take it for swallow, like most diabetics do, you need to give a break, because it's one of the food that usually and secretly brings in insulin resistance. Why? Because it's a starch. Because of the way it's been touted to be so good for diabetics, a lot of people have forgotten that it's not a source of protein. Protein is the building block. So they take it to swallow and they don't eat much fish. Some of them are avoiding meat, some are avoiding eggs, some are not taking sardines, for whatever reasons. I'm not saying you should consume with the oil, but fatty fish. Some are not taking. Okay, you are talking of, what are you saying will raise our blood sugar? Mention it, please. I want to listen. I want to respond to it. So some of them are not taking fatty fish. What did you say? Wouldn't it raise our blood sugar? Mention it, please. I'm with you, Nadia. So maybe you are still eating unripe plantain and rice. That's like this unripe plantain now. That's what I'm telling you. Now the unripe plantain does not raise the blood sugar instantly. That is why I made a video on it. That most of these videos is not something somebody told me, something has happened to me. So the unripe plantain is something that it does it secretly. You won't know. But one of the ways to know, and how I knew, when I harvested one large unripe plantain from my backyard and I was just enjoying it, I was eating it almost every day. Now, and I noticed when it began to secretly bring in the insulin resistance. Because type 2 diabetes usually starts with the insulin resistance. But if you are one that is smart, knowledgeable, and is alert, it's not just being knowledgeable, to be alert, be sensitive to what's going on. So you don't just leave yourself. If you are one like that, you will notice when the insulin resistance start coming, one of the signs, your stomach start looking like you are developing belly fat. That was what actually happened. And before you knew it, I said, okay, I get you. So the belly fat was just coming gradually, just secretly. So I had to withdraw it before the joints started becoming stiff. Everywhere becoming stiff, and gradually, insulin resistance was coming up. So before you know it, it will get out of control. So I'm not talking of the ripe plantain. I'm talking of the unripe plantain. But because unripe plantain is the one that a lot of diabetics and pre-diabetics are relying on. But I'm saying that we should also be cautious. As a matter of fact, a few days ago, I had to ask someone to stop the unripe plantain. Someone that was on my chat. Why? Because I had asked her to show me her face. So after looking at the face, I have seen the signs that she's already having it seriously. It was, I don't know how I used to know, but somehow, when I look at some people's face, especially when you are not up to 60 years, I can easily know, even if you are over 60. Even myself, sometimes I do feel it, not much because you can't always see yourself. But then I used to know. And if you are one that's sensitive, you should know too. So I said, stop the unripe plantain now. Don't eat it again. Because you've really had enough for now. So if she's already been on unripe plantain and her sugar is not coming down, she has to stop it. No, I had someone a few years ago, a young man who was having it on ripe plantain. I've had several of them anyway, but this particular one, the sugar was really getting out of hand, despite medications. And what was the secret? Always on ripe plantain, loads of it. And I said, stop. And it was until he stopped that the sugar began to roll backwards. As I speak to you, a lot of people are still living in that ignorance. Maybe some of them are having the confidence that medication is there. But let me also tell you, sometimes the medication will now start, like the body is already fed up. When you are taking that medication for too long and you are not even doing anything naturally, after some time you may get disappointed because it may not respond. It happened to me, to my mom, and it happened to so many people that I know. She eats green plantain every night. She eats. That's what I'm saying. Before I go live, I had a burden that, because after listening to that woman, I said, no. Even though sometimes I feel like just relaxing, but a lot of people are still living in ignorance. I have to go live. I didn't notify the community or anybody. I just went live because I had a chat yesterday, some chats with persons who are having this diabetes, and they seem not to know a lot of the things I assume that people have known. This green plantain is what I see eating. The worst of it is even the dried one. Please tell your mom, please, that she stop eating green plantain if you want her sugar to go down. For now, she should just give it a break. Not that she should give it a break like a month or 2 months. Let her not eat it. 2 months, let her not eat it. That's what I said. 2 months. I said 2-3 months. I don't eat plantain. But I still know when I need it. There must be a time when. But now that she has been on it for some time, let her stay like, my dear, 2 months without the unripe plantain. Then ask me what should she be eating. I will tell you. She should also not eat rice, especially polished rice. You say, remember me. She should not eat rice, especially polished rice. Now, what should she be eating? She should eat only natural raw foods. Then if she needs energy, she should go for either oat and then add a little soya beans. A little. I had fermented my own soya beans because it's plant-based. It can also raise BP if it's too much. Then when you want to make her swallow, whether the oat is grounded or not, even if there's no blender to grind it or no machine, fine. I grind mine, but before now, my blender was faulty. I wasn't grinding, but I was still doing the oat like that. Let the oat be prepared with of the soya beans for swallow. Are you getting me? Once a day is okay. Then at other times, go prepare fermented millet. Fermented millet. It's also what I take. Now, this is a top secret. It's a source of protein. Fermented foods are great, and it doesn't spike your sugar, especially when you ferment it. But you don't have to take too much of it, because I've had people who started taking too much. If you start taking too much, you start having skin issues, because it's high in the B group of vitamins. So most food that are high in the B group of vitamins, you take it cautiously. And if you don't take it cautiously, okay, somebody is giving me something. Just okay, thank you so much. $1. Oh, that's great. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I love it. So what I'm saying is that sometimes okay. So what I'm trying to say is that the millet, for the fermented millet, there are 2 carbs that I take. As a matter of fact, I take the fermented millet for energy, because it's a source of the B group, and it has some protein, and it's fermented. So when I take it, I feel good. It doesn't have any irritation, and it makes you relax. So number 2 food that I take, there's another type of food called finger millet. It's a finger millet. I take it also. It's rich in magnesium. Most of them are in the grains family, but most of them are not good source of vitamin A, and that's why egg should be a part of her diet. Because where people are also missing it is if you are not consuming foods with vitamin A, especially after 70. Because you see, vitamin A, after 70, you need high antioxidants. Vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C, after 60 or 50. Why? As a matter of fact, after 50, if I had known, I would have started earlier. No, after 50, you need more antioxidant-rich foods. Why? You need them to enable your body fight against some growth. Let me explain what I mean by growth. Now, when you get to that age, these diseases that will be knocking on your door are no longer fibroid. These fibroid are hormonal issues. It is either cancer. She takes 1 egg for breakfast. Yes, but in absence of egg, you can get her flaxseed. I didn't take egg today, because egg comes with hormones. Those of you, sometimes I take 1.5, sometimes I take 2, but some days I don't take at all. Even milk, I do take, because people say milk is this, milk is that. So occasionally I take but little, because it's a brain food. When somebody is attaining that age, like 60, 70, we need to eat food that will help protect our brain. Sometimes you forget so easily. You keep something, once it starts happening to me, I'll go back to some of those. We don't have foods like ginkgo biloba, all those foods in the Western. No, it depends on what you have. So once I start noticing that I'm forgetting so easily I will go and eat egg. I start eating egg, and I will take a little milk. Yes, I take a little milk. I start taking a little coconut oil, a little, just cold pressed in my mouth. Why? Because of all this brain-related problem, dementia, Alzheimer's disease. You forget things, and you keep. Sometimes I keep things I can't remember, and once that happens, I start making adjustments in my diet, because most things that happen to us, whether you're diabetic or not, the body will give you a signal for it that this thing is already going on. But the problem is a lot of people just feel that are so busy with life event activities, so you don't pay attention when the body is giving you small signal. You enter your room, you want to take something, you don't remember what you went in to collect. That's how it happens to me. At times you enter, I wanted to collect a towel, and I started looking. What did I come here to do in the bedroom? You have forgotten why you are there. Yes, it's a signal that the body is giving you that the brain needs support. And so what do? You start consuming the brain foods, and most of them are also in the fat category. Some of them are not taking good fat. They say, don't eat this, don't eat this. Now, if you are eating peanuts and you feel you have consumed too much, it's giving you problem. That's what happens to them. They leave peanuts altogether. They abandon it, and then the body is left with that fat. If you have problem with peanut because of omega-6, now the problem with us is we do not balance the omega-6, the omega-3, the omega-9. Most of the oils we are using are omega-6, and the omega-6 is what they use in preserving most of the foods we are eating. Even the fatty fish we call, this one we call catfish, it's not omega, it's omega-9. That's why when you take it frequently, it starts looking as if it's blocking your chest. Those of you who are eating catfish, you know what I'm talking. It has happened, it does happen to me. Not that it's not a good fish, it has protein. But when you take a day, you stop, or 2 days, you stop. You know that if you take further, it's going to be much in your body, and then you start having the negative effect of it. You start having it. So you don't have to wait until that happens before you just make adjust. And that's why our slogan in this channel is that moderation is our rule. So for instance, your mother takes an egg a day or 2 days or whatever. You get some flax, you get some chia seed. Now, why is it necessary? The flax seed is great in fighting inflammation. As a matter of fact, one of my best this thing now, it has protein. It contains lignans that help to ward off inflammations. It's a source of omega-3 fatty acids. And these omega-3 fats are needed by your brain. And omega-3 fats are not common in our foods. They are very rare. So omega-3 is everywhere. When you buy bread and all these things, ororo, palm oil, ororo, all this oil, peanut oil, they are all full of omega-6. So when the omega-6 is too much, because most of the thing we call disease in our body is actually an imbalance. When you are having one thing in excess against another, and the other one is not in supply at all. So when the omega-6 is too much, that's when you start having things like inflammations, joint pains. But if you can be smart to add omega-3s like you found in flaxseed, I showed us how I take my own flaxseed. It's there in my channel. You can also look at it. Then occasionally you soak some chia seed. Why? Because of the blood sugar. Because chia seed is loaded with omega-3s, proteins, and things that helps with cholesterol. So you add it to her. Let her add it to her oat occasionally. Or just soak it a little and drink. Why? If you are deficient in calcium, my dear, this is my experience. Almost everything will be wrong with you. It's an electrolyte. Now, when we talk of electrolyte, let's talk of electrical current. They are in the current every day, every minute. So some of these minerals are there. Sodium, all of them, they're inside the electrolyte, rolling, moving. And those electrolytes, you must have them at all times. When somebody is said to collapse, or maybe they give somebody drip, most times, the electrolyte shortage is what is leading to that. I remember when we were growing up, we used to say they give us drip. We used to believe that once a drip is giving you, the faith was so much that you will survive. What does is to keep your electrolyte, the current of your life on, while treatment is going on, so that you won't run short of all of that thing. So we should understand. So because of the importance of calcium and all these minerals, magnesium, potassium, all these small minerals, because of their importance, you should also target foods that will help to boost the calcium in our body, boost the potassium in our body. Because if these things are missing, calcium, potassium, magnesium, we will always be having heart issues, more time, irregular heartbeat, we're having sleep problems, we're having bone problems, we're having a lot of issues with our health. That is what I am trying to say. So most times when you are making breakfast for her, before she takes the main breakfast at 70, ensure she takes some raw foods after the water therapy. Let some exercise be done for her, at least as often as possible. If she cannot go out to the street, of course, for 70, there are several exercises I do. You go to my page, you see, hitting this, and even some, you have to, there are different parts of your body you could hit in the morning. I've shown you some of them to wake up all this. Look at, you wake up all this thing. It's part of the medicine for managing high blood sugar. If you neglect them because they are cheap and free, you will still be having issues, my dear. Poor blood circulation is part of it, because part of the problem of diabetes or high blood sugar is poor circulation. Blood is not circulating to the legs. Those that are having a diabetic foot ulcer, there was a time about 4 or 5 years ago, I had some athlete's foot that arose as maybe I was wearing a particular shoe or something, but it took a long time to go away for me to get rid of it without medication. But I learned a lot of lessons from it, which I have taught in my channel. And what are some of those lessons? You must pay attention to your feet. I've done videos again and again. You must clean them and watch them. If you notice anything, like in our own case, you should start soaking the leg in boiled water, warm water, at least. Even if it's once in 3 or 4, 5, 6 weeks, it's not bad. But she has to put those 2 legs inside the water and add tea tree oil. She could add any oil. It could be lemon oil, just few drops. Why? To reduce the bacteria, because you see this our feet. You have to pay attention. For diabetics, pre-diabetics, and those who are trying to ward off things like that. Occasionally, she must get her feet massaged at night with olive oil. I do it even right now. There's no night I go to bed without paying attention to my feet. It wasn't so before, but there is a demand on us seniors to start doing some of these things, because laziness sometimes won't allow you. You just want to lie down like that and just sleep off. You could get away before, but not anymore. When you lie down, you may like some fake, I call it fake sleep. Some fake sleep may come and douse your eye and you lie down. But the time that people are really enjoying the sleep, they are asleep, you'll be awake. Why? Poor blood circulation. Your own circulation has stopped. Maybe because sugar has blocked it. Some other things, unhealthy fats, all these trans fats you ate during the day, they have blocked the whole passage. So you will just be awake. But if you can let her know the importance of massaging the feet, massaging the hands. I do that with my hands. If the hand is getting stiff, you are not alone. Someone was telling me of how the hand, I say even me occasionally I wake up. It happens to me, my dear. But you have to start doing exercise, like flicking of your hand. She should be doing it. Very important. When you wake up in the morning, to avoid things like stroke, she should hold her hand. Look at me and be hitting it while on the bed. Don't just get up. She should not get up and eat. She will do it several times. After that, she should start flicking. Do this several times, up to 50. After doing left hand, 10 here, you do 10 here, you do 10 here. You do it like up to, make sure each hand gets up to 50 or 60 portions of the flicking. Then after that, you start doing, you bend the two hand and start doing like this. All this helps with digestion. I do them in the morning. Look at the hand, you use it in washing. Someone like me that I have to wash in the sink, cook, because I cook most of my food myself. Yes, that is the price you pay when you are trying to stay healthy. When you don't want people to be cooking your meals with bouillon cubes and artificial taste enhancers. And I hope you are no more using it for her, bouillon cubes, to enhance the taste. Let us stop eating it. I have stopped almost 20 years or thereabout. Let her stop the use of bouillon cubes. Let her use the fermented iru. Use it for her cook her food. Add onions and garlic. Add cinnamon and sea salt. And the food will taste great. All my followers, they know it and they are practicing it. Don't add bouillon cubes. Always use cayenne pepper. Ensure she takes it every day for circulation and for her heart. Use this cayenne pepper. Get some and grind enough. If she feels some tightness in her chest, she can put it in the water a little and drink. It's something I've done before. If it doesn't work, I won't tell you. It works. If the heart is hit by maybe cholesterol or something is trying to block it, if she has the cayenne pepper, can put a little, just a drop. It doesn't have to be much. A little inside warm water in a cup. Always have a little flask of water around her by her bedside where she can take it herself and do it and put the cayenne and drink it. It's going to unblock the heart. I've had one or two occasions after eating egg, goat meat, all the ngungu na ngungu, I ate everything, enjoy myself. But when you go to sleep, most times those things start troubling you. We are in together. That's why when I get some of these things, I come and share with us. I get a lot of these experiences because we are all human. Sometimes you see something that you love, like this Christmas is coming now. Maybe chicken is flying all over the place, turkey and the rest of it, bottled drinks, long throat, cake, they will bake cake, making birthdays, end of year parties. You say we have cayenne pepper. Yes. You get it, grind it. Let it be about I've grounded 3 containers for my Christmas. But while people are busy buying the malt drink for their grandmas and buying all kinds of noodles and pastas and all those stuff, you buy things to preserve her life. Buy cayenne pepper, buy sea salt. These are important things that can keep her body working. She doesn't need much food. I'm telling you the fact. If you wake up in the morning and you have a few fruits, papaya fruits, and after doing these exercises, let her do, after water therapy, she must do exercise, whether she's moving about or not. 74 is no joke. Even me, that I'm not up to 74. If I don't do exercise in a day, sometimes I just feel like I had too much exercise the previous day. Let me not do today. Yes, I do it. Let me rest. That yesterday was excess stress. I went out, I went to market, I did this, I did that. But before the evening time, it's like the one I did was expired. I will have to do a little after dinner, a little. Sometimes jumping. This morning now, I had to do a little jump because I didn't go out yesterday. After jumping, I jumped up to 200 times. My target always is 300. Jumping, 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 like you are running. I do it on a spot after putting a little cloth on it because of the tiles. So I do it, but sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I do the leg exercise. Because why? It's important for your body to be able to manage blood sugar. It's not only about medication. When you wake up in the morning like this, you do your hand like this. After doing it, you put it on the face. Let me show you. The first thing, if you wake up, you put it on hand. If you do it, apart from the fact that it's reducing the signs of aging, immediately you do it, this is what happens. I normally feel blood flowing inside down to my legs. I say our body is so unique. I don't know why people don't feel this way. Sometimes I ask my spouse, does it happen to you? He said he doesn't feel anything, no. Me and my business, so that he don't know anything, no. Anything doesn't happen. So, but when I do it, so I want you to tell her, when she wake up, she should be massaging the 2 hands. She's going to feel it. Those who are in their 70s, they are more sensitive than. So after massaging the hand for several times, she put it on her toes. After that, she remove it. Then she start massaging. This will reduce aging. Apart from aging, it's blood start flowing. After, because of the importance of the nerves in the hand. After doing this, she should put it and do like this. Do it like several times. After doing it, she will notice that she can see clearly. Do it. You do it. Do it. The wrinkles will be going away. The wrinkles, and the eyes will be seeing clearer. Because there was a time that my eye was full of this thing, it was full of, sometimes I'll see some stressful feeling because of reading, maybe reading, you have to read, you have to online, everything is work, it's not easy. So I began to do it, and it was working. So it helped to improve circulation around the head. You feel the thing moving down to your heart and all your body. And then you notice that the wrinkles will be reducing. You do it. I've done the exercise before in the house. You feel the cooling. But when I do it down to my back. See, then put the hand down to the neck like this. It helps with the blood pressure too. I don't have blood pressure anyway, but then it helps with everything. Circulation. Then the back of the ear. Let her also give it a good massage. All seniors, not just diabetics and pre-diabetics. Give it a good massage. You get what I'm saying? Let her give it a good massage. Then another thing, let her get a comb. I don't think she's still plaiting her hair. I made a video advising people who are more than 50 or 55 to always have low cut. I know that some people will be thinking maybe because I'm going on it. No. The reason is because I found the link between thick and bushy hair and blood circulation in seniors. So I advised in a video, and I want to suggest the same, that seniors should have low cut. People who are in their menopause. It reduces stress. I cut it low, like so it reduces stress, and then this my own is already bushy because it doesn't take time to grow. I don't know why. Is it because of the healthy food everywhere? It wasn't long I cut it very low. I'm going to cut it now within the next few days, because once it's thick, the oxygen does not go in. I feel it, and that's why I do some videos. But if you like, it's not by force. Once you have reached that age of menopause, when all those menopause problem and the old age and the rest is putting more stress on you, your body needs more oxygen. I did a video how to oxygenate the blood. I have not finished that video. I just did some clips on it. But it's a video that I was instructed by the Spirit of God. I don't want to say God told me. No. I hardly like, because everybody is claiming that God is speaking to them these days. So it's even hard for you to be able to convince people that God said something. But I know that I was specifically told to go and talk on how to oxygenate the blood. I was woken up around a few minutes to 3 a.m. and the instruction came, go and talk on this subject. I said, which one is that? I began to wonder. But I did a few clips and a lot of people love it. An indication that people need it. And that's why the Spirit of God wanted me to talk on it. So I did that. But I'm still hoping to do a little bit detailed video, because I'd also studied a little more on it. How to now, one of the ways to oxygenate the blood, and oxygenating blood is very important, whether you're managing high blood pressure or managing diabetes or whatever. You see the fontanelle here. There is a point when we are born that oxygen is always entering the child until the child grows up. Sometimes when the child is hicking up, we put some piece of clothes and we do some other rituals, which we believe will stop the hiccup. Now, after we have grown up, that place is still there. Now, you may not be feeling it for various reasons, but some of us, I don't know why, we feel it. Now, if my hair is very bushy, I start feeling more stressed. But the moment I trim it, I could feel the air rushing into my body. Now, think of it yourself. So why would you now not do it? Especially when you're already 70. You are still, I see some still putting attachments. Go and buy artificial distance at 70, at 60. You attach it to your own hair, adding additional load for beauty. I think I'm beautiful this way. And any other thing may be okay only if it does not disturb my comfort. So we should look for things that will make her more comfortable, like trimming the hair when it's bushy, so that air can enter, reduces stress, and it gives you more energy. When your blood have oxygen that enters the body through these points, through deep breathing. Let her do deep breathing also in the morning. I do occasionally. Do breathing up to 14 times. I do up to 14 times. Then you start breathing out. It's another way to oxygenate the blood. No. I beg you, pardon my laugh, please. Pardon my, because I know how these grandmas behave. You know, it's easier to manage babies. We are also getting to that grandma, including myself. It's easier to manage babies than to manage grandmas because they have their way. If you want to do anything, you must do it their way. So you are saying that she always ties her head. She says it helps with the nerve. How does it help with the nerve, please? Please, you need to ask her. Because, you know, when you are, maybe she's used to it. But when the weather is cold, it depends also. Let me also not overtake it because it depends on the weather and the environment. So like if you are starting in a country, because I don't even know where Nadia is chatting from. Can you please tell me where you are chatting from? So because I won't be going outside saying what I don't know. Because what I do know is that in a hot climate like ours, that's how it works. But in a very cold climate, it may be working against the nerves. Yes. So let me know, Nadia, where you are speaking from. Maybe it's from Canada or you are from maybe Dubai or some other places. Just let me know. If it's a very cold environment, the place is quite cold. What I'm saying will not apply. She may be right, I may be wrong. Where is the location? That's what I'm saying. Just tell me. So if you are in a very cold environment, she may be right. Because I've always been. Okay, you say I'm from from South America. So since you say the place is hot, it means that what I'm saying applies to her. Okay, so we have the same climate. Okay, it means that what I'm saying applies to her. So she should not be covering her head if the place is hot. Our own, once the head, I've heard that. So once the hair start getting bushy, I've started saying even young girls should be very careful how you put on load and you don't allow air to enter inside. So you trim that place, you see, I feel it. And even when I look at my face, it looks fresher after doing those trimming, and I feel the air going in. So the elders, the seniors, they need it, my dear. You need to let her know. And if you need, tell her that someone said, gracious grace, that she needs air to get into her body. It will give her more energy. It will help her to heal. It will help her blood to be able to move around. It will help the circulation. Because when there is oxygen in the blood, the oxygen carries iron and other nutrients around. But when there's no oxygen, this will not be right. So that is part of the ways to manage most of these ailments. Before now, blood circulation wasn't a problem for me. Before now, I wasn't massaging my feet every night. But I tell you, every night I do. Wash my legs clean, unless you want me to show you. Wash it clean, and then I massage it with olive oil myself. Even if I have the means to get someone to do it for me, honestly, I love it. You know, it's worth it to massage my feet with olive oil. Must give it a good massage. You will sleep well, better, because your circulation is improved. And when you sleep well, your blood sugar is better managed. And when your blood sugar is better managed, you are healthier. That is the issue. You'll be healthier. So all these things, they have a kind of connection with each other. If somebody is having high blood sugar, before you know it, it's having attention too. Okay, she says it helps with headaches she gets. Okay, she gets headaches. So if she gets headaches, my dear, it means that she may be low in magnesium. It's not the head. It may not actually be the. It may not actually be this thing that is causing it. It may not be. Low magnesium can be making you to have headache. So many things can cause it. I have not had headache for a long time, and I don't pray to have. Now there are some foods like I was talking of. I was talking of guava leaf tea. Now some of the effects that taking some teas that can clean and flush your body too much. Some of the effects it can have is headache. If she takes blood thinner, she can feel cold on her head. I don't get that. Who is speaking here? If she take blood thinner, she can feel cold. Is it cold on her head? Is it cold or cold? Let me get that, please. So let me get that point. You said if she gets, she will feel cold. Let me get that point, please. You said she will feel cold. She will feel cold on her head. Yes, cold. Okay, this is not Nadia speaking. Am I with Nadia or this is another person? Who is this person talking, please? Now, are you speaking for Nadia? She takes Victoria from Abuja. Thank you, ma, for all your lectures. Okay, so I'm saying that you said she feel cold on her head. How old is the person? Is it the same person I'm talking about from Nadia? Is it the same person? I want to know. How old is the person that is feeling cold? The Nadia's mom is 74 years old. But you are talking of another, this is Olufunke Ojo. Olufunke Ojo. 4130. 4130. So Olufunke, what reference do you have with the code you are talking about? Nadia, no ma, I think she's advising me. Okay, she's also contributing. Okay, it's a contribution. She says it helps with headache. She hurts. Okay, if she take blood thinner, she can feel cold on her head. Okay, I think I'm getting it now. That what you are trying to say is that blood thinner can make her feel coldness in the head. Okay. So, but what I want to say about blood thinner. Now, if you are taking natural blood thinner, we have, blood thinners. I don't know whether she's on blood thinner. Let me know also. But if she's not on blood thinner, she needs natural blood thinner in moderation. That's what I do. Ma, how can I join your class? Just become a member of the channel. Get to the community, make a comment there that you want to become a member of the channel, so I can give you a link. I'm trying to organize another class, which I have already rescheduled last time ago, on the diabetic management. But that is only when I get up to, certain number of people. But first of all, you need to join my membership, the membership of the channel. When you get to the community tab, just make a comment and say you want to join the community, become a member. Being a subscriber is different from being a member. So that you can reach me. So if she takes 1 aspirin a day, that's a blood thinner. And it can also make her also to feel that cold, like that woman was saying. And that cold will even be worse if she doesn't have sufficient blood. And I think, now I want you to pay attention, please. I don't want you to take this for granted, what I want to say. Please. Now, if she's taking blood thinner and she does not have sufficient iron, this result of coldness in the head will be there. And it can be resolved now. Now, the problem is with aspirin is a blood thinner, and it's going to be making her to have that coldness in her head. Because if there is no sufficient iron in the blood, and you take something, whether the blood thinner is aspirin or you are taking other blood thinners like turmeric, other blood thinners like ginger, these ones are even natural blood thinners, and they are warming. Mother Nature have made it that the natural, when I'm done with the life, so when Mother Nature have made it that with these blood thinners, natural blood thinners like cloves, which lower blood sugar too, they are warming, all of them. They are warming. Ginger is a warming herb. It's a circulatory herb. So it's a blood thinner too. But it doesn't help with iron. So when you are taking something, this is something I know. I don't know how to express it. I just know. I just know it. Maybe because of my experiences. So if you do not have sufficient iron in your blood, which is very common with seniors, because avoid meat, avoid this, avoid that, most of them are deficient. And what I do to ensure that I do not lack in iron, I use dates. Date is rich in iron. I'm specific about date. This morning I used date with tiger nut, which is a good source of calcium. Then I add other food that are good sources of iron. I get them here and there, both the oats, both all the small things, I add them here and there to make sure that there is no deficiency. I had to take 1 sardine, but that's once a week. After removing I didn't finish one whole one. I had to share it. But after draining the oil out of it, add it to a little vegetable and little rice that remain. I don't forbid any food, but it wasn't enough. I still have to make oats, and then add all these black seed, all these chia. For what? For all these small minerals. I even added sesame seed. It's a good source of iron. It has heart-healthy fats. So if the iron is not enough, you will always be feeling cold around your extremities, like your head, your hand, your feet. The blood will not be popping to those places. So that if you touch the hand, it will be very cold. It happens to me occasionally. And that's why, as you see me, I have ginger oil by the side of my bed that I mix with olive oil. I mean, cold pressed olive oil. I mix ginger oil with it in a small container, in a small bottle of the ginger oil. So when I finish all my daily work, including holding the phone is causing its own problem. Sometimes it causes your hand to even be stiff. So washing in the kitchen, doing other things that involves touching the water. At the end of the day, getting into the night, when you should be sleeping, when you have dried the hand, it becomes like it's getting cold. And you mustn't allow that. Head should not be cold. Hand should not be cold. So what do? I take that olive oil that I've already mixed with ginger oil, put a drop in my hand, and start massaging all my hands, all the end like this, while on the bed before going to bed. Why? To improve circulation. After I start flicking it, and as you are doing, you can feel blood is moving. And after that, I get a comb. I'm not through with the bobbing of the hair. I have a comb by my side. You start combing the hair. Let her always do that. Combing the hair. As you are combing the hair, is touching the scalp. So it's opening the pores for air to go in. After that, the blood will flow better. I'm being honest with you. The blood will flow better. Because age is what is causing some of these things. The blood will flow better around the head because the head is very important. Okay, she complains of tremor in the body and covers up. I'm so sorry to... No, you are not bothering me. She complains of tremor in the body and covers up. I'm so sorry to be bothering so much. No, you are not bothering me. That's why I'm here. I know how I used to feel then too. My mom. No, she is not too old. 74 years. If you start doing these things, and if she's cooperating with you, you will surely get back to me. Let her start with exercising with her hand. Because after exercising, she should do that of the face I showed you. And as she do it, blood is flowing on the head. It happens to me. 62 years is my next birthday. It happens. So by the time she does it, she will feel it moving. This blood is moving through the nerves. I do feel it. When I wake up in the morning, I start with rituals. Sometimes the leg, up, up, up. Sometimes that is what you have to do. We weren't doing all these things before. But that we have to age. You have to be strong. Yes, that is it. So all this tremor she's complaining is because of the circulation. And make sure you put lots of ginger in her food. Ginger is very good for managing things like that. If she's getting tremor, the blood is not moving well. And if she's taking ginger now, because of this blood thinner she's taking, it's going to affect her too. That's the problem. So I will not even suggest ginger because you can't be taking two blood thinners, medical blood thinner and the natural. Otherwise, she will start experiencing things like stomach ulcers. Yes, stomach ulcer. That's what she will start feeling. But you have to get some fermented foods for her, fermented grain. Get some fermented grain because of this tremors. And then use it. Instead of her taking swallow or something like rice, let her take soups that is rich in prebiotics like onions and cabbage. Sometimes you can make cabbage soup for her. Let there be fatty fish. Put onions and garlic. You can make it. Sometimes you can make turkey. Turkey is very good for seniors who are over 70s. It helps them to sleep very well and provide them with quality protein. Now, protein has to be complete. So if you can get turkey for her, she won't eat much. You can store the rest. Let her have it at least 2 or 3 times a week. Take egg, take turkey, and then get fatty fish. Get fatty fish, make it for her. Prepare fermented things for her. Let her tummy get enough of the live bacteria that she needs to help digest her food. So the tremor is because of the poor blood circulation. When the blood is not moving well. And why they gave her the aspirin is because of the BP and all those things, so that her blood will be circulating. But if she has to do any of the things I'm talking about, she has to be careful of the aspirin. I'm being frank with you. And that aspirin many of them who are on it, they report to me complaining of stomach ulcer. They can't take ginger, they can't take ginger, they can't take lemon juice, they can't take this, they can't take that, and it's not good. It's trying to, what the medications does most times is that the medications will be trying to do what our body is supposed to do. That is, the medications will kind of stop our body. I don't know how to express it, but it will no longer be like when the blood is now becoming thin by some external means. Some is now becoming thin because of the aspirin. It will have its own side effect. But when you use natural foods that comes with things like magnesium, it's going to balance it. It was even recently that, it was just about a few months ago that I got to know that ginger contains some amount of magnesium. This is what I didn't know for many years. So I saw that Mother Nature knew that it's a blood thinner. And when your blood is getting too thin, you will need some of these minerals. So most of these minerals that we take, blood thinners that occur naturally, they come with some minerals that helps to balance it. Yes, magnesium has a lot to do when it comes talk in terms of nerves. Now, if she's not taking magnesium-rich foods, she'll be having all this tremor you are talking about. Now, what I am taking occasionally, not even occasionally, I started this after I clocked 60 or 61. I started taking magnesium. Initially, I was taking it as a supplement, like occasionally. But right now, I have all these, I decided to get some seeds, like pumpkin seeds. I mean, sunflower, seeds that are rich in magnesium. And sometimes I dry fry them and put them on top of my oats to take. Sometimes I dry fry them they help to control blood sugar. I feel it that way. Because how I got to know this was, there was a night that I didn't actually want to eat, but I felt I needed a good sleep. So I said, okay, let me do the pumpkin seed and take. That was how I got my finding that it also lowers blood sugar. So I took all the seeds, a few of them, pumpkin seeds. At the end of the day, after taking it, I lie down to sleep. I felt my blood sugar was going down. I felt it, and immediately I felt it. Thank God there was orange in the house. I went in and took one orange, peeled it and took it to raise that was about 8:30 to 9 p.m. And that's why I also did a video again that all this idea we are saying, don't eat in the night, it depends on what you are eating. If you are providing your body what it needs, what is lacking, what it's looking for, why wouldn't you? Even at 11 p.m., 12 p.m., I still take almond, take certain things, but in small amount, just to keep the life going. So that is it. But I want to be rounding up right now because I received a signal from my phone battery that my battery is already low. I'm hoping to get one that will have a more regular battery so that I can reduce this battery issue. But right now, I hope we'll be able to talk again. But please, let her implement some of these things I said as quickly as possible, including water therapy, food with magnesium, potassium-rich foods to reduce those tremors, and then the vitamin B-rich foods. They help to balance nerves. We have B1, B2, niacin. They have those big groups. Most of them are needed when we are getting older. That's why I talk of millet and finger millet, because they help to give you energy, one, then reduce all those incidents of tremors. I don't know whether the medication may be also contributing. I'm not on any medication, so I don't know how it works. Maybe it may also be causing it, because the drug will be looking for a way to go out, the waste that came out of the medication. I have already, I'm about to end it because of my battery. I will have continued because of the questions. But let me quickly give you some foods, magnesium-rich food that are helping me, that I use every day to reduce things like the leg cramps, which is common among people who are over 50 or 60. Leg will be cramping, all those, sometimes the thing will hold your leg, biting you, you'll be screaming because of low magnesium. Sometimes you'll be having headache because of low magnesium. Sometimes your heart will be beating up and down like palpitation and irregular heartbeat. I'm not on medication. I don't experience irregular heartbeat and all of that. But these are the things that the magnesium does for you. And the ones I am using, the magnesium-rich foods that I'm using to help support my heart, control my blood sugar, support my bones, and all of that. I use oats. It's a source of magnesium, calcium, potassium. I eat it, not every day, please. I also take this chia seed. It contains proteins and a lot of all of these things. Number 3, I use sesame seeds. It contains iron and most of these minerals that helps. Calcium is there too, that help for you to have your normal heartbeat. I take sunflower seeds. I take pumpkin seeds. Yes, sunflower seed. I take flax seeds. Most of them are good sources of this mineral, magnesium. I take cocoa. You know cocoa, this bitter cocoa is a good source of magnesium. I also take it. There are other fruits also, like you can make some fruits occasionally. I do fruit juicing. I started that recently because I noticed it's helping, but not too much. So I put it, I make it, and then sometimes I take it in the morning to supply most of these magnesium and minerals that the body may be lacking. And then I take things like dates. It's a source of magnesium, potassium, iron, and most of these minerals. I use it to, instead of fake honey, I use it for my oat, and even if it's gari or whatever I want to take. So that I take it with the cocoa, bitter cocoa. They are good, 2 of them. And then sometimes I add the tiger nut for calcium and other minerals too. And more so, the tiger nut is even gluten-free. It helps to balance. I feel it balances hormone. Anytime I take it, I feel good. It has fiber and it's gluten-free. Gluten-free foods are good. So there are several other foods. Most of the, on the magnesium side, most of the grains are also rich source of magnesium. Like this, I have the fermented millet always. I take it like 4 times a week. So I used to make my swallow. Then I have the finger millet also. It's also a source of magnesium. A good number of these grains are in this category, like the oats. They have magnesium, they have potassium, they have, all of that. You can also get them if you include a variety of foods, fruits, and other seeds and nuts. They come with little traces of this magnesium, and they are great in nuts. Even the peanut is a source of magnesium. I learned that later because I know it's heart healthy, contain vitamin E. Then cashew nut is a source of magnesium too. And so most of them, but you must take in moderation. So you need to get some of these things around her so that she can have quality energy. And then when the magnesium and all those things are there, there will be no case of jerking, all these tremors, her body, and all of that. She needs it. And we all need it. So that's where I want to be ending because of my battery. Thank you all for coming. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I share what exactly is working for me. See you again. I want to grow healthy. Oh, okay, give me a clap. Am I really growing healthy? Healthy and strong. So let me do small nyanga because someone is praising me in the house. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bye. See you again.